church, and the gates of the netherworld shall not prevail against it. Alleluia, alleluia,
The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, Lord.
Jesus went to the region of Caesarea Philippi, and he asked his disciples, "Who do people say that the Son of Man is?" They replied, "Some say John the Baptist, others Elijah, and still others Jeremiah or one of the prophets." And he said to them, "But who do you say that I am?" Simon Peter said in reply, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." Jesus said to him in reply, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my heavenly Father. And so I say to you, you are Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of the netherworld shall not prevail against it. I will give you the keys to the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth shall be loosened in heaven." Then he strictly ordered his disciples to tell no one that he was the Christ. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Most biblical scholars today, Catholic and non-Catholics, agree that today's gospel speaks of a special role for Peter in the community of the apostles. But it's only our Catholic tradition that teaches that this chief of the apostles continues in the Bishop of Rome. From the time of St. Peter's, there has been an unbroken line of successors in the papacy, 267 of them, right down to the present Pope, Pope Francis. He reigns in Rome as Pope today. He is the direct successor of St. Peter. Peter alone makes the singular affirmation of Christ's identity. You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God. Peter alone receives a special blessing and a change of name directly from Jesus. It is only Peter who is granted a special revelation from God to know the true identity of Jesus. Isn't it remarkable that 7 verses later, Jesus says to the same Peter, "Get out of my sight, you Satan. You're trying to make me trip and fall." How can it be that the one whom Jesus treats as the chief of the apostles is so quickly called a Satan or an adversary or a stumbling block to the spread of the gospel? Jesus is indicating here, as he has in several other occasions in the Gospels, something about the unusual nature of the leadership in the Christian community. Recall how Jesus has said that the leaders in God's kingdom would not be like leaders in the secular community who use their power to lord over those under them. Leaders in the new kingdom will be the servants of all. Jesus himself was able to act this out at the Last Supper when he knelt down on the floor and did wash his apostles' feet. Leaders in the Christian community would often be weak human beings whom God will use as his instrument to confound the arrogant. Look at Peter. No one in the New Testament made more mistakes than he. No one made fool of himself more often than he. Peter denied Jesus 3 times. Peter was carrying a sword to the Garden of Olives and used violence contrary to Jesus' command by cutting off someone's ear in the heat of the battle. Peter misunderstood the prediction of the passion and resurrection and began to correct Jesus and assure him that things would not be that bad. Without doubt, leadership in the new kingdom is a paradox. The last shall become first.